Walter and I made it to our raspberry spot. We came across this spot last year when it was a little too cold and it was a little too late to be picking berries. But we're back and it's prime berry time because I can literally see them. They're calling my name. So let's pick some berries. Walter. It's about early November and we're foraging oyster mushrooms. So oyster mushrooms grow in early spring, mid-spring, as well as early fall. It's been somewhat warm in the foothills during the daytime and not too cold at night, so the right temperature combination for oysters to grow. So let me show you guys what I found. So we got some oysters at all different stages of growth right now. This is kind of the almost mature oyster, and right over here we have a cluster of baby pins, which is pretty exciting. Watching oyster mushrooms kind of grow from the pin stage to this stage is really exciting because of how fast they grow. As you can see, there's some dead oysters kind of decaying along this highly inoculated log. More pins right here. Decaying oysters along here. Underneath, didn't spot this at first, but here's a huge pin or a huge patch of pins. So this is the same log that I foraged pounds of oysters on before in early spring this year. It was super exciting, you know, checking out this log. Every time I came, there were either pins or, you know, mature oysters ready to forage, which was very awesome to count on. I know that other people know of this spot because I've tracked some babies and then came back the next day and found them, you know, foraged by someone else, which is just how it goes. But it is a bummer. That's for sure. So it's going to be too cold for these oyster mushrooms to survive out here. It's going to freeze overnight tonight. It's going to snow in the next week. So I'm just going to take this opportunity, bring home some baby oyster mushrooms. They taste delicious. The younger, the meatier, and more flavorful they are. So I'm going to go ahead and forage these babies, even though on a perfect condition, I would let these grow a couple more days. Forage oyster mushroom if possible, just because they kind of show their sign of maturity once they start to flare out. As you can see, this one's kind of flaring right here, as some are still a little bit inverted. get them out and a lot of, knife work. So this is solid mycelium. Here we have maybe about a quarter-pound cluster of oyster mushrooms, ready to clean up and cook up. So before I put these in my basket, I'm definitely going to clean this dirt off just with the back of my knife. I'm going to go ahead and scrape it. Shaving light slivers off this base is totally fine as well. You can see this is super firm, so scraping it will have to do. So oyster mushrooms have a lot to offer. They're really fun to forage, they're really fun to cultivate, and they're really fun to learn about in general. So thank you for watching my little TED Talk on oyster mushrooms. I hope you guys enjoyed and learned something new. I think this is very, very, very underrated, and oyster mushrooms, or fungi in general, needs to be a little more recognized. That's all I'm saying.